all the alumni that are here. It's been a pretty tumultuous last year, and I'd like to say thank you for all the continuous support. And the new faces that I have not met yet, thank you for coming out and supporting us. This is obviously a huge step towards our ultimate goal of getting our charter back as Theta Chi, and I think I can speak for everyone when I say that we are really excited and looking forward to this. So, right.
Thanks, Michael.
What we're going to be doing after this ceremony is called the pledge ceremony. We're really creative.
Guys who don't have jackets, as you get pinned today, and just look at someone farther back in the line who doesn't have a jacket that's the same size as you, and give them your jacket. So everybody will come up here and we'll be able to pin a jacket. Makes
Otherwise,
sense?
it's also awkward because you have to like unbutton a shirt, and a bunch of older men unbuttoning a bunch of younger men's shirts gets kind of creepy.
Stand next to me.
This is pleased you are here to witness this special event. As these men begin their journey with us, we will ask them to formally state their commitment. We will declare our support for them, and we will celebrate their decision to join Theta Chi fraternity. In the name of Theta Chi fraternity and by the authority vested in me by the International Fraternity, I declare this meeting open for the purpose of establishing a colony of Theta Chi fraternity at Michigan State.
Will the leader of the group please come forward? Most worthy installing officer, I present to you Mr. Michael Conroy.
By order of the Grand Chapter of Theta Chi fraternity, I grant on this day, Saturday, November 19, 2016, official recognition to these men of Michigan State as a colony of Theta Chi fraternity. Our alumni, who now reside and work throughout the world, made the same choices. I wish to assure those assembled here today that it is our avowed purpose to enhance the dignity of those choices. Alma mater first, and Theta Chi for alma mater. This concludes the work of the colonization ceremony. Please join me in welcoming our pledges of the Beta Zeta colony.
seriousness, I want to thank you all for being here and being a part of this. We've had a long journey for this. You know, we've come a long way in the past year, 2 years, ever since 2013 as well. You know, there have been so many people who contributed towards today, and we finally were able to cross the finish line. So it means a lot.
I'd like to welcome to the podium Dr. Terrence Frazier, Director of Student Life at Michigan State.
All right, good morning, good evening. I wanted to start that off with a theme song because Michigan State University, the Office of Student Affairs, Greek Life, Student Life, we are excited to have Theta Chi back on our campus, fully functioning, so give yourselves a hand. Some other folks might be a little smarter, might be a little bigger, stronger too, but none of them will ever love you the way Michigan State does. It may be, it's maybe you a little boy, but as years go by, our friendship will never die. You're going to see our destiny. You're going to have a friend in me. So as you all have taken the reins to recharter this organization, know your destiny is written and you have great things to do. And Michigan State University, IFC, the Division of Student Affairs is excited to have you and look forward to you doing great things as you continue to be partners and, as your motto says, an assistant hand. We need you as an assistant hand to make this place the best place ever, Michigan State. Go green.
Go white.
And now I'd like to invite to the podium the aforementioned Quinn Wood, IFC President.
And they have had strong risk management and strong academics in their first semester on IFC as well. I myself am really happy Theta Chi is back because now when I tell people I'm in beta, they don't say, "Oh, you mean beta Zeta?" But seriously, IFC is proud to have a strong historic chapter back on campus. Every fraternity has their own letters, their own mottos and secrets, but overall we're pretty similar. Fraternity men share common goals and common values. We all understand that brotherhood means we're stronger together. It's easy to think only about your own chapter, but I want to emphasize that the whole Greek community is better when chapters succeed, and the whole Greek community suffers when chapters implode. Because whether your letters say Theta Chi or Beta Theta Pi, we're all representing something bigger than ourselves, our organizations and MSU Greek life. I commend you guys on the hard work and accomplishments you've had this year, but stay the course. Get your flag football team ready for the fall. I will make sure you don't miss the Iron Sports deadline this time. Keep working hard and keep improving, and remember to enjoy yourself. Sometimes fraternity is just about kicking back with your guys. Thank you for all the alumni who supported the colony throughout their growth. Thank you to Brennan and the executive board for their leadership. And thank you to every member who shows up week in and week out ready to help. It takes every one of us for our chapters to succeed, and all of you should be proud of the difference you've made. Congratulations and welcome back to the official Beta Zeta chapter of Theta Chi.
Hi everybody, like Ken just said, I'm the field executive with Theta Chi headquarters. I'm originally from South Louisiana, so this cold near the beginning of May is definitely a new thing for me, so I don't know what's up with that. But I've had the privilege of working with this group of gentlemen over the past week as I led them through their I-Week. And I can just say that I haven't known them very long, but I'm proud of everything that they've accomplished and everything they will accomplish in the future. featured. This is actually my first installation project as a field executive, so thank y'all for that. I appreciate it. It's also my first time in Michigan, so.
James, thanks for that charge, and we'll do our utmost to not let you down. It's important to all these gentlemen that we work together to, perpetuate Theta Chi here in East Lansing. Next up is a Chief Operating Officer of the International Fraternity, is Ray Van Lenat, who's been working with us in the colony days and so on, so he's got some good perspective.
Yes, I remember vaguely, and actually I suppose pretty specifically, all of the young men who came to the headquarters in the summer and showed up and got to take a Saturday to put on a suit and go to the headquarters, go back to the office, and thank you guys for that. I remember having the conversations very frankly in our chapter room at the headquarters and hearing from you guys and what you guys were looking to do. You guys heard from us. It was a great dialogue. And your alumni are such a great component of that. I remember as an undergrad and a re-founding father of my chapter at IU, there were so many times where we'd sit there, going, oh, God, the alumni are X, Y, or Z. Or, oh, really? Yeah, sure, we'd love for you to come to every single meeting. And now that I look back at it, and certainly at the time I realized it too, but now that I look back at it, and now that I am an alumnus of that group, I feel great to be able to pay it forward. That is the point of being an alumnus. It is not so that you get to come here and relive your glory days and be great. It is instead so that you can make sure that the undergrads have the greatest time that you had as an undergrad, and what better way to do that than by being involved with an alumnus. And I suppose it all culminates today, and really actually today is the first step in moving forward. Today is what's getting you guys rolling. Today is what is going to establish you as an actual chapter of an actual fraternity at Michigan State. And this is something your alumni knew very well, and that's why they had such faith in you guys to be able to do it. And that's something that the headquarters and the Theta Chi fraternity as a whole knew very well, and we are very, very excited to see what you'll do. I'd like to conclude, as I generally do, with a quote from Ronald Reagan, who stated the following. He said, "The greatest leader is not necessarily the one who does the greatest things. He's the one who gets others to do the greatest things." And I charge you as a chapter to be the ones who are leading this campus, to get the rest of the campus to be as impressive as you guys are, and to keep that ball rolling forward. So thank you so much for incorporating me in this process. It's been a real pleasure for me, and congratulations.
Hey Dave, can you hold on a second? Dave was a little disappointed he didn't have any intro music, so we're going to do him something.
This is important to all of us on the alumni board, and I say this with all seriousness and sincerity. If you look in your manual of Theta Chi, I looked at it a couple nights ago as I was preparing my lengthy remarks. There's a code of conduct. There's a charge, if you will, in the back of that manual. I hadn't read it in 25 years, but I just reacquainted myself with it. There's a code of conduct. Okay, it talks about behaving as a gentleman. We talked about a lot of these concepts earlier today. Academic excellence, extolling virtues, temperance, and whatnot. These are virtues that really are instilled, notwithstanding what your parents have done, they get instilled with you in that house.
So, Ryan, please.
Thanks, everybody. Bar night last night caused me to have to raise my voice a little bit, so I'll keep it even shorter. Chad, Ray, everybody from Theta Chi International, thank you very much for a very meaningful ceremony. your help and example and all of that is really important. And that's what a cab is all about, trying to be an example, and I'm going to be following you guys. Executive ECs pass through year after year, undergrads pass through in 4 years, but high standards and successful operations sustain over time. So in the fall, we need a really successful handoff. I have recruited a couple more CAB people, so there will be more than just my voice and Rob's voice. We're going to get you a little bit more of a perspective from some other guys who can help. But as long as we base all of our future success on the Theta Chi Creed and the bylaws and the Constitution, we are going to be on solid ground moving forward, and I look forward to it. So the future is bright, fellas. Thank you so much.
If I can invite up Chad and Ray to lead us in the creed.
All roads lead to King. Everybody please stand. I believe in Theta Chi, the traditions of its ideals, born of sturdy manhood, nurtured by resolute men, and noble by high and sacred purpose. It has taken its place among the educational institutions of America as a promoter of knowledge, advancer of culture, and builder of character. It inspires true friendship, teaches truth, temperance, and tolerance, extols virtue, exacts harmony, and extends a helping hand to all who seek it. I believe in the primacy of alma mater, in the usefulness of my fraternity, in its influence and accomplishments, and I shall do all in my power to perpetuate its ideals, thereby serving my God, my country, my fellow man.
And now, last but not least, we'd like to have a few words of Jim Hartman, who was standing in this role when I was 18 years old. That I'm the oldest one in the group. Regan left a little while ago, so. Thank you for the opportunity, and by the way, thank you very much for all of your hard work. These events are not easy to put together. We've had a great day, at least I have. But I would like to make one comment that I really hope we never have to do this again. Dr. Frazier, thank you so much for being here. It's very important that this group be a productive part of the Michigan State community, and I think there's an awful lot of us alumni that are going to make sure that that is in fact the case. So thanks again. Being last after this group is a little tough. Maybe the good news is that everything that's worth saying has probably been said. But thanks again. This is a great, I'm not going to call it a finish line because I really think it's a starting line. And this is the beginning of something to rebuild at Michigan State. We've got a terrific group of people. I know we can. And there's a lot of alumni that are going to be around to make sure that the efforts of Michael Conroy and the group that went down to Indianapolis is not forgotten. It's going to be built upon, because without you guys, it's pretty sure that we wouldn't be here today. So thank you. Take care. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Jim, don't go too far for a second here. This is one of my favorite parts of these ceremonies is not only as my role as Chief Operating Officer do I get to deal with situations that are unfortunate sometimes in my role with standards of discipline, but I get to have a lot of interaction on these positive occasions. And one of my favorite things to do is actually give a lot of recognition where recognition is due. And so one of the first things we did was we asked the alumni who were kind of involved in the planning of this event, who have been involved for a while now, what would you like to do on the awards front? And so one of the awards I'd like to give tonight is called the David E. Duvall Award. David Duvall was a past national president, an alumnus of our Gamma Theta San Diego State chapter. And this award is for exemplary service. And I'm going to I'll let any of the other alumni here who maybe want to say a few words here to say so at his risk, I suppose. But it was a unanimous vote for Jim Harvin to receive this award on behalf of the rest of the alumni of the Beta Zeta chapter, and I think it's absolutely well deserved. So, Jim. So part of this too is it's fun to surprise the people who don't know that they're going to get an award, and then some of those same people who you ask who other people should get awards, and then they say that guy should get an award, and then they end up getting one themselves. And so there are a few guys out here who these are more so on behalf of the international fraternity and saying thank you for all the work that you've also done. I'm sure that there are probably about 10 to 12 more of these that we could give today. But these are also the David E. Duvall Award for exemplary service. I've had the privilege to work with a number of the alumni in the planning of this event in support of getting the chapter back engaged here over the last year and a half or so. And so there's no question in my mind or in those who came to the conclusion for these awards that these men are well deserving. So one of the first ones was already mentioned and was very, very strategic in helping get the functionality of the actual physical structure of the house going, and was at one of the first meetings that we had to discuss what were things going to look like here moving forward, and who was also very responsible for making sure that this event today and the logistics were pulled off. So congratulations. Thank you, Ken Marlin.
We just take that.
That's fine. Another one here, this is, I don't know that I've ever gotten to speak to one alumnus so many times in preparation for an event, and I'm so glad that I have been able to, because what an impressive guy, what a great brother, and somebody that I'm very, very pleased to call my brother. I'd like to say thank you to Mike Jantz. Two more here, one more here, of a very dapper man, but you already heard from him earlier today, who's been integral in the interactions constantly with the chapter, which is sometimes a very thankless job, and sometimes it's also very rewarding as well, and so I'm sure he'd be the first one to acknowledge that. But thank you for all your time and effort, and we hope that you continue with us in this role. Brother Brian Case. Last but not least, we're not going to play his walkout song, but somebody that gave us a lot of help in getting things off the ground, kind of took the reins of the alumni board when not everybody was necessarily raising their hand to do it, and who has been a great asset, I think, in the organization and the streamlining and the efficiency of that board and getting things where they are today. So another thank you to Dave Fidelis.
Chad, we're going to turn it over to you. Okay. To close this show.
Thank you. So, thank you guys. I'll try to be brief. I know I'm the one guy keeping everyone from the exits here, so certainly want to be mindful of that. But just seriously, a heartfelt thank you. Welcoming me here. It felt really fun to be a part of this installation. It just was a great day. These are some of the most fun things that we get to do on the Grand Chapter. I mean, oftentimes it's a lot of bad news, risk management type stuff, but this makes it all worth it. We come here and get to celebrate Theta Chi and do all the good things and live up to the values and all the things that we're trying to do within this fraternity. So thank you for making today awesome. I just love the energy. So this is just the beginning. I mean, you guys got a lot of work to do. Professionally, I work at GE now and lead a team, and I use those same sort of leadership things that I learned as an undergraduate every day. Every day. Keep motivating people, trying to get the house cleaned up, you know, all the things that you got to do on a daily basis being a leader in the fraternity, I've learned just like you guys. So take advantage of that. That's a lot of things that other undergraduates don't have that opportunity to do, and you guys are learning it now, so you're one step ahead. And I often say, when you join Theta Chi, average is no longer acceptable. It isn't. I mean, we expect the best. We want resolute men within our fraternity. And you guys will encompass that and be involved. Alma mater first, Theta Chi for alma mater. I want you guys to be active out there on the Michigan State University campus, doing good things, doing community service, representing us well. Come to the national events. Be active. The headquarters staff puts on great leadership events. Take advantage of those. Come out. We've got an initiative academy going on this summer. Would love to see some guys from Michigan State attend that. So take advantage of those opportunities.
He confirmed
Well, he had now gone to a 16-inch shirt just so that.
So officially, thanks to Brother Reagan.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad with feeling this right now. Dave confirmed.
You want to wait for him? He'll be
Well,
here.
he confirmed with me.
Let's wait.
Yeah.
All right, kids.
Doggy.
That looks beautiful.
Good job.